Did you know? During the transatlantic slave trade, women made up as much as 40% of enslavers in parts of the American South. That's not a typo. While history often paints white women as bystanders to slavery, fragile, passive, or protected, the truth is far darker. In places like colonial Jamaica in the U.S. South, thousands of white women didn't just inherit enslaved people. They bought, sold, punished, and profited from them. And in her groundbreaking book, Jamaican Ladies, historian Christine Walker reveals just how deep that involvement went. Today, we're uncovering the forgotten story of women as enslavers, one of power, brutality, and a legacy we're still reckoning with. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Did You Know feature, where we uncover mind-blowing facts about science, history, and everything in between. Before we dive in, just to let you know that we're seeing that 55% of our viewers who watch our channel regularly have not subscribed to us yet. So we're asking you a favor. Before we start our deep dive, if you like us and want to support us, there's a free and simple way to do that. Just hit that subscribe button so that you never miss out when we put out new videos. We assure you that we will commit to bringing you the best videos each week. We also crave your feedback and suggestions as we aim to give you the best content possible. And now on to our feature story. For a long time, history painted white women in slave societies as passive, protected, and powerless. But that myth is collapsing. Records from 18th and 19th century slave societies show that white women regularly bought, sold, punished, and profited from enslaved people. They weren't just wives of enslavers, they were enslavers themselves. In fact, in some places like South Carolina, Georgia, and Jamaica, women were among the most active slave owners. They inherited enslaved people as dowries or through wills. Some managed entire estates. Others bought enslaved laborers to run small farms, shops, or boarding houses. This wasn't incidental, it was systemic. Christine Walker's book, Jamaican Ladies, gives us one of the most detailed pictures of women's roles in Caribbean slavery. Walker uncovers a world where women, often seen as delicate or subordinate, were shrewd investors, brutal disciplinarians, and strategic manipulators of racial hierarchies. Many of these women, some widows, some never married, used the wealth generated by enslaved labor to gain legal independence, social status, and economic power in a male-dominated world. Walker shows that gender didn't exclude women from participating in slavery, it gave them unique advantages. Because they were women, they were often underestimated. But that didn't stop them from accumulating enslaved people as property and wealth. Some female slave owners in Jamaica held hundreds of enslaved people, others owned just a few. But whether rich or modest, these women used slavery to climb the social ladder. What did it mean to own another human being? In the world of the Caribbean and American South, ownership also meant violence. And Christine Walker doesn't shy away from this. She documents cases of women who ordered beatings, punishments, and whippings. Some were known for cruelty, others for shrewd management. But all of them used violence, or the threat of it, to maintain control. Enslaved women and men in these households weren't just laborers. They were property, and they could be used, abused, sold, or separated at will. In some instances, white women were even more brutal than their male counterparts, perhaps to prove themselves in a patriarchal system. Walker suggests that the power slavery gave these women might have been intoxicating, especially in a world where their legal rights were otherwise limited. How did white women gain wealth in slave societies? The answer is simple: through the lives and labor of enslaved people. Enslaved individuals were counted in estate inventories, taxed, traded, and passed down like furniture. In some cases, they were the most valuable assets in a woman's name. Christine Walker provides dozens of examples in Jamaican Ladies of women who inherited enslaved people from husbands or fathers. In many cases, widows continued to run plantations and grow their holdings. And it wasn't just the rich elite. Middle-class white women, shopkeepers, innkeepers, seamstresses, also owned enslaved people to run their businesses or homes. It was slavery on a small scale, but the exploitation was just as real. So, how widespread was this? Studies of probate records in the American South reveal that up to 40% of white women in some regions owned enslaved people. In Jamaica and Barbados, the number was even higher, especially among widows. In the 1820s, Charleston, South Carolina, over a third of white households headed by women reported owning enslaved people. In the Caribbean, women were more likely to be single or widowed, giving them direct control over their property, which often included dozens of enslaved men, women, and children. The myth that white women were simply victims of patriarchy, too delicate or removed to be involved, is just that, a myth. But while white women wielded power, enslaved people, especially enslaved women, found ways to resist. They told stories, taught languages, sabotaged equipment, faked illness, and ran away. Some resisted violently, others resisted quietly, preserving culture and family ties in a world designed to erase them. In Jamaican Ladies, Walker also reveals how enslaved women bore the brunt of exploitation, especially sexual abuse. White women knew this, and sometimes punished enslaved women for being rivals, even though those relationships were built on violence and coercion by white men. It was a world of contradictions, where women wielded power while upholding the system that denied other women their humanity. Why does this history matter today? Because we're still grappling with the legacy of slavery, economically, socially, and psychologically. And that legacy isn't just about men. It's also about the forgotten role of white women who profited from, maintained, and expanded slavery. Their wealth often became the foundation of elite family fortunes, passed down through generations. Their names are on buildings, in archives, in family histories, but their ties to slavery are often erased or ignored. Understanding the truth doesn't mean assigning collective guilt, but it does mean confronting reality. Christine Walker's Jamaican Ladies is a groundbreaking work, unearthing stories long buried under myths of innocence and silence. White women were not just accessories to slavery, they were architects of it, and their story must be told if we're ever to understand the full truth of the past. Thanks for watching. If you found this video eye-opening, please like, share, and subscribe. And let us know in the comments, what other hidden histories do you want us to uncover?